Right, 7 July 2025, and today I'm so excited to be giving you an update on the political drama that is taking place in Zimbabwe. So let's go very quickly, and then I'll be back. I've got a field trip that I'm going to take today. There's an important story that we're following up, so I'll let you guys know within the next 3 hours what we'll be doing. But let's start with the Tagwirei. So Tagwirei is going through a campaign. So Tagwirei is in the field. He is campaigning and he is using all his resources for the presidency. So many people don't understand what's going on. Chiwenga is not winning, unfortunately. Chiwenga is not winning. Chiwenga is being managed. So let me explain to you what Mnangagwa is doing. So Chiwenga is managing, Mnangagwa is managing Chiwenga. That's the other way around. So what Mnangagwa is doing, he wants Chiwenga to think that he is powerful, he's on the right path, and he can relax, and he's going to get into the presidency. However, what Tagwirei is doing and what Mnangagwa is doing is to slowly take over the structures using young people. So they are focusing on young people. So you can see Holy 10 here yesterday, campaigning together with Tagwirei. You will see Enzo Ishao here campaigning with Tagwirei. You will see Scott Sakupanya here campaigning with Tagwirei. So Tagwirei is everywhere. Tagwirei is slowly becoming the face of Zanu-PF in what Mnangagwa sees as a renewal and an elimination of everyone that is around him. So what you're going to see is that eventually, one day you're going to wake up and Chiwenga will have been removed from his position. They are going to do it suddenly, and they are going to do it in such a way that Chiwenga is surprised. You can see these guys around Wikino Juvayo, and these are the top guys who are left in Zanu-PF. So these people are very senior people, and their days are not many on this earth. So come back here in 5 years. Everyone you're seeing in these pictures that I'm showing you will not be there. So these people are not going to be there. What Mnangagwa is doing is to prepare for the future. But remember, Chiwenga is very young. So Chiwenga is young. He is not old. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Chiwenga is 68 years old. So Chiwenga is supposed to be taking over for the next 10 years. And then by the time he's 78, he can then hand over to someone else. So they don't want Chiwenga to take over, because Chiwenga is going to be there. He is going to survive most of these guys if things go according to the normal way of life. Chiwenga is going to be there for a very long time. He is the future of Zanu-PF. In fact, he's the future of the leadership of Zanu-PF. And Mnangagwa is the past. However, Mnangagwa wants to determine what happens, and he's going to do so by replacing Chiwenga with the two that you are seeing here, which is Tagwirei and Opam Chinguri. So the plan is well underway, and the removal of Chiwenga is going to be sudden and brutal. That is what they're planning to do. They want him to relax. They want him to think he's doing well. They want him to think he can throw Tagwirei out of a room, and all the people will be surprised with the plan that they've got. And the plan is simple. The campaigning that you're seeing is not for nothing. You're not seeing Tagwirei out here for nothing. Tagwirei is a very dangerous person. He's got the resources, and he's got the energy, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to become the president of Zimbabwe. So look at this. Did you see that? That is a man that knows how to use the power of young people. So he goes where young people are. He was at Masvingo. He then went to Nast. And now you see him at a campaign rally where they are mostly young people. So Tagwirei's strategy is simple. He wants to challenge the young people, the young generation. That is where he's going. So he is going for young people. Holy 10 is the top streaming Zimbabwean artist. If you go to Apple Music, the top 8 songs which are being streamed in Zimbabwe right now are from Holy 10. And Japreza has got only 1 song in there. That's why you don't see Japreza here. They know they've got the facts, they've got the numbers, and they are well aware of the plan. They don't care about what happens in Politburo or Central Committee. They want to remove Chiwenga. That is their game. The only thing that they're working on right now is to eliminate Chiwenga. That is why you see Scott Sakupanya out here. You are seeing all the people that I'm talking about, including Wikino. Mnangagwa was with Wikino in an entourage. They went together to the Gata family. So don't think that we are at a point where Chiwenga can take over and become the president. Mnangagwa is deliberately pushing Tagwirei. So Tagwirei right now, well on his way. He's already in the Central Committee right now as we speak. They've put him in the Central Committee. He has presented to the Politburo. And no one can stop this thing that is happening right now. The only way to stop it is to remove Mnangagwa. You can't do it without removing Mnangagwa. As long as Mnangagwa is in office, Tagwirei is not going to be removed from anywhere. He's going to continue with what he's doing. So the campaigning that he's doing is obviously to make sure that he wins a public vote. So he becomes more popular than Chiwenga. When the day comes, when a vote is going to take place, Chiwenga is going to lose to Tagwirei. That is what they want to do. The money is there. He's got lots of money, billions and billions to do this thing. And it is unfortunately also a disadvantage against Nelson Chamisa, because what they want to do, they want to present Tagwirei as an alternative to Chamisa. So who better to present as an alternative than Tagwirei, someone with billions and billions? And also, remember, they've got an information apparatus. I know for a fact that they want to leak certain information about Chamisa. So I know for a fact that they want to run a smear campaign on Chamisa before the elections. You're going to see a big smear campaign on Chamisa. And I know some of the details, which I don't really care to reveal. So you're going to see it. That is how they play. Now, this team, when you see Scott Sakupanya, Wikino Chivayo, and Kuda Tagwirei, you know for a fact that they are going to push as hard as possible. And you know for a fact that there is Oxley Mnangagwa behind it. There is Collins Mnangagwa behind it. There is Sean Mnangagwa behind it. The whole family is well behind this. And Mnangagwa himself is behind this whole Tagwirei thing. So you don't think it's going to end by moving someone from a meeting. I don't believe it. And when I see something easy, I know that it's Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa is behind it. If you see your life easy, things happening according to how you plan, Mnangagwa is setting you into a trap. And look at this banner. Young people came here. They've came here in droves. There is a campaign that is taking place here. And Holy 10, no one can stop going to a Holy 10 show in Harare. They go, and this is what strategy they're going to be using across the whole country. So Tagwirei well on his way, and you will see him in the Central Committee. You're going to see him in the Politburo. By December, you're going to see a new presidium. That is the plan. You're going to see a new presidium by December with this top team here. One way or the other, they're going to make it happen. And it's just a systematic process. Remember, Chiwenga was grinding to the presidency, was going slowly. Now they've seen that is coming. They are going to put some spanners in the work. And I hope that Chiwenga has got a plan for this team. They need a brutal response. They don't want talk. So this team, you can't talk to them. You can't talk to Tagwirei and the team. They are determined to become president. Right, I think we've covered that. It's clear. Tagwirei is not stopping. This was yesterday. Tagwirei is going on and is pushing to become the president, not only of Zanu-PF, but the president of Zimbabwe. And they are going to hear something about renewal, about business, and about challenging Chamisa, who is coming up. And they know that they are going to eliminate Chamisa very soon. They want to eliminate him with certain smear campaigns that they're going to run. It's the same team that is going to fight Chamisa, that is also going to fight Chiwenga. Okay, now let's go quickly to the news. I want to start with the death of a general. So, retired Army Colonel Claudius Makowa has died. He was from Bikita, and he died yesterday. You can go check it out on Gambakwe. He died, and I think the family is gathered in Chirezi, if I'm not mistaken. So go check it out over there. And then, obviously, we have a big story taking place with MyTT being sued. So if you go to the H Metro newspaper, you will see that the wife of ZIFA chairman, Faraje, is suing MyTT for $100,000. So go check it out over something that she wrote on her Facebook page. My Jeremiah, I talked to her yesterday. So let's see if I can talk to her today. So my Jeremiah is being accused inside of H Metro newspaper. You can go and see what a man is saying about her. A man that is saying she sent him certain pictures. So very soon you're going to see pictures of my Jeremiah that are not so interesting to me, but that could be of a trending value. So the man says he's got certain pictures of my Jeremiah, and I hope that he's not been distributing those pictures. So he says she was sending him those pictures during her interactions with him. Then 2 men have been arrested, Abraham and Jeremiah Temai Vumbunu, for the robbery at EcoBank. Do these guys look like they've got $4 million? So this is a mess. Someone big is involved in this robbery. The money is with Mnangagwa. I told you guys long back. These people are being arrested. 4 people have been arrested in the past week. And all of them have got no money. Like there are people that, someone who works at Safeguard who still works there, and some people that are not even connected to the matter. These 2 guys were arrested in South Africa. You can clearly see that they've got no money. So who is fooling who? In this case, it's crazy. So we'll see more here, more drama, but the truth is about to come out. Then Nelson Chamisa has gone out, and here he's saying a citizens' movement is a citizen's consensus. Blessed Sunday. Okay, so that is Nelson Chamisa over here. And what I want to say to you is, Nelson Chamisa is extremely popular. People love Nelson Chamisa. But this time around, he's not going to lose on the political field. He's going to lose on the personal field. So they're going to come after him from a personal point of view. And this time they're going to finish him off once and for all. That is what they want to do. You are going to see certain smear campaigns on Nelson Chamisa. That is the game. So the game on Nelson Chamisa is not political. It's smear campaigns. Watch very carefully what is going to happen within the next few months. They want to finish him before he starts gaining traction, or they will let him gain traction and then finish him just before the elections. And some of the people that are going to smear campaign Nelson Chamisa are very close to him. Then in the Sunday Mail newspaper, Sunday News newspaper, Cornelius Nyati, who was sharing a cell with Mnangagwa at Kami prison, wants to meet Mnangagwa. So if you go to the Sunday News newspaper, you see that Mnangagwa was at Kami prison between 1965 and 1975. Then Cornelius Nyati was at Kami prison between 1968 and 1980. So during this time, Cornelius Nyati says he shared a cell with Mnangagwa and people like Mohadi. So you can go and check out the story. He wants to meet Mnangagwa before he dies. So he says he wants to meet Mnangagwa before he dies. So you can see that Mnangagwa, really, his history in the war is very short. That is between 1975 and 1980. And during that time, I was also in Zambia where he studied law. So there's no way that Mnangagwa is, you can compare Mnangagwa with Chiwenga. Chiwenga was in the game for way longer than Mnangagwa. And then let's look at regional news. Something bad has happened in South Africa, very bad. So let's start with General Nkwananzi. So General Nkwananzi has made serious allegations against the Minister of Police and senior officials and MPs who he accused of running a mafia, which includes murders, numerous people murdered, political killings, corruption, kickbacks, massive allegations made. And this has thrown South African security into a crisis. However, in a strange twist, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa was supposed to come back from Brazil, where he's attending the BRICS summit, but cannot come back because he does not have transport. So President Ramaphosa went to Brazil using a commercial flight. And therefore, when the crisis broke, he could not do anything, couldn't come back, because normally he would want to fly back to a country and deal with such a crisis. But he can't because he traveled commercial, so he can't come back to South Africa. And this whole crisis has been left in the hands of people like Fikile Mbalula to deal with. But this is the worst crisis that you can ever get, where your own government and people in the security structures are being accused of running a mafia organization. This man you're watching here, it produced serious forensic evidence yesterday in that press statement. And it's going to be very difficult to not fire some of the people that are named. So you're going to see in this coming week the dismissal of the top security and police people and the arrest of some people, because some dockets have been sitting and gathering dust, according to him. And he has also named these dockets and the people involved. This is almost a national organization or a national mafia being run from inside the police service of South Africa. I don't know if anyone didn't know this. It was almost known that the mafia is being run from inside the government of South Africa. Then I want to go to, obviously, sport. I told you guys that Scotland will never win. So this is Scott Sarpayan's team. They will lose so badly because of the 12th player. Every time Scotland plays, a 12th player is playing on the other side. That is Pastor Tafmane Masaya, who was murdered while campaigning in Mapuku. So Scotland is losing. Can you believe that Scotland lost to Caps United yesterday? That is shocking. Now look at the log here. I'm not playing, guys. This is serious. Look at the log now. So MWOS is 40 points, Simba Bora 37 points, Ngezi Platinum 31, Tel 1 30. Look where Scotland is. After they bought all the players from Highlanders, Dynamos, and Simba Bora, they are still down there and they are dropping very badly. They are going to go down. You see where Dynamos is? Dynamos is now in relegation zone, firmly at the bottom. And this is crazy. Scotland will never win until they resolve the issue. Yeah, Pastor Tafmani Masai. Then in terms of events, we have the responsible betting community forum. And this is very important. There is a massive betting crisis in Harare. People are playing a game called Kandege. And this year alone, 2 people have died after they lost a lot of money. So you can see Mkoma Wangu Sharuko over there. You can see Chidakwa, you can see Faranasi. These people are trying to deal with the gambling. I wish they could broadcast this. There's a need to do a lot to resolve the betting crisis in Harare. People are gambling almost all their money. Similarly, in South Africa, we have the same situation here. Over 1 trillion rands. Guys, did you hear that number? 1 trillion rands has been gambled online in South Africa by people who don't have the money. I mean, people who take a grant. So you get paid your grant 550 rands and you gamble the whole thing away. You don't even have money for food. You don't win by gambling, but people don't get it. So this is a good initiative, and I wish that people could stop gambling. I know some very addicted people. When they start gambling, you can see their eyes glazing over. And they can't think. They only stop when they've lost everything. That is gambling. It's a disease. So don't be a gambler. Take it from me. You will never win from gambling. Okay, I think we've covered everything. Let's now go to the newspapers. I want to start with Business Day. So let's go to Business Day. I haven't had a chance to look at Business Day. I am getting old, guys. It's taking me longer and longer to do stuff. But Mve is helping. Without Mve, I would be asleep right now. But Mve is helping. Right, let's go to Business Day. Business Day is the biggest business newspaper here in South Africa, in Gauteng. So Cape Town papers are different from Gauteng. So I will focus on the Gauteng newspapers. So let's look here. Mukulu in the firing line, police minister accusing of aiding criminal syndicate. He's not only aiding criminal syndicate, according to that report. He is the kingpin, according to what was said yesterday. He fires a whole task force to protect somebody. And that somebody, I don't know if you guys have seen the somebody, is Brown Mohotsi. That is the guy that has been named as one of the guys who are being protected. Guys, we're talking here of tenders worth 3 billion. 3 billion rands is about $300 million. That is crazy. Even Canada doesn't have that much tenders. And then this guy, Capitec CEO, Jerry Fourie, is saying the jobless rate of South Africa is lower than what they're saying. I think it's crazy. I don't know what he's smoking. And then former Gauteng Premier Mahura joins the Development Bank as a director. So the Development Bank of Southern Africa, DBSA, that is where he's joined. And then let's see who is this guy here. The former Deputy President, David Mabuza, is sworn in as Member of Parliament by the then Chief Justice Mahoeng on 28 May 2019. That is the man who just passed away. He hasn't been buried, but his death has been overcast by the scandal in the police of South Africa. The scandal in the police is the biggest scandal ever that you ever see. And look at that beautiful house. Stain City. Guys, I want a house like this. I want a house like that. I want to be able to sit here and never come down. That is my plan. Now let's go to Zambia. I want to quickly look at the Zambian newspapers. It seems like our connection is a bit slow today. So I don't know why it's taking so long, but it is taking long. I believe that we've got it back. So let's go to Zambia. You saw that that my Jeremiah story in H Metro. You can go check it out. It's shocking. So my Jeremiah needs help. She doesn't need ridicule. I've seen her having an interview with Tafmane. It's very sad, guys. What's happening there? It's very, very sad. So don't even laugh. What's happening there is very sad with my Jeremiah. I believe that she needs counseling. So I'm going to talk to her and see what we can do. It's bad. And the women mustn't laugh at her because she's actually going through a crisis. Go and watch the interview with Tafmane, you understand what I'm talking about. It's not normal what's going on. So something is wrong with her, but she needs help. She doesn't want you to laugh at her. So here's the story that I showed you. I want to meet Ed and shake his hand. I want to meet Ed and punch him. That is me. Me, if I meet Ed, I'll punch him. Chema Tsenganzungu. Don't even allow me to come near Ed. Don't punch Chema Tsenganzungu. Here is the late Chief Sogwala laid to rest. And you know who officiated at this funeral? Owen Mudangube. Can you believe it? And then let's see what else is in this newspaper. This one, I told you about it. The former chairman of NASA, Edgar Moyo, Emmanuel Fundira, is in court saying that he must have been fired. So go check it out. What else do we have? Right, I think we've covered everything that we needed to cover. There's nothing in the Zambian newspapers. And we've looked at the Chronicle, we've looked at the Herald, we've looked at the Newsday. What is the Newsday newspaper? I don't have access to Daily News. I don't know how I can get access to Daily News. I paid my money and then it disappeared. So Elias Msakwa is embroiled in a chieftainship at Chinamora, where the inauguration of Richard J as Chief Chinamora has been stopped through a court action. So I think that is the important story here. You can go and check out other stories inside of the newspaper here. Okay, I think we've covered everything. So I'll see you guys a little bit later, around 10 or 11. I'll be able to see you. There's a big update that we need to give you about an important story. So let's go and recap. We've said that Tagwirei has defied Chiwenga. He is continuing to campaign as a member of the Harare Province. He campaigned with Scott Sakupanya and a huge number of popular musicians yesterday, including Holy Ten. So Holy Ten campaigned here. Holy Ten is the most popular musician, male musician in Zimbabwe, with more than, I can say, 8 songs on the top 10 Zimbabwe Apple Music streaming table or charts. So this is big. Tagwirei is not backing down. The man you're watching here is going for one thing, that is the presidency of Zimbabwe. And his game plan is to challenge Chamisa. So this is where they're going. They want to challenge Chamisa, and they don't believe that Chiwenga is going to do it. So their push is to eliminate Chamisa through a smear campaign ahead of the election and make sure that Tagwirei becomes the man at the front. How they want to deal with Chiwenga is to go behind him when he's relaxed and whack him on the head. So they want to whack Chiwenga on the head. They will come from behind, let him relax and believe that he's winning. Believe that he's friends with the Zanu-PF, Mnangagwa, and he's winning, everyone loves him. And then when he's not watching, they will just deal with him one blow. They want to hit him one blow. He must just listen to what I'm saying. Chiwenga must listen to what I'm saying. He needs to deal with these guys. One. Don't believe all this hype about Chiwenga, comrade, wakabvisa munhu, wakamudzinga, security yakato manya. That is Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa anokupa the false sense of security so that you believe you're winning. And then when you think you've finished Mnangagwa, he's going to come out and destroy you. Okay, that is President Hakainde Hichilema over here. I've said the Lord always before me because he's my right hand. I shall not be shaken. So where is he going? That is 22 hours ago. That's President Hakainde Hichilema. Let's look at President Duma Boko. President Duma Boko was in Malawi, so they continue with the Malawi trip. I told you about it. And then President Duma Boko with the Vasikana soccer. I told you with Vasikana soccer. Vanoita sei kana usingazivi wakapusa. Kana usingazivi wakapusa. Then let's go to Madam Boss. Okay, no marketing. Oh my God, what is she wearing? Is that Madam Boss? Let's see. Oh my God, this is crazy. I don't think it's her. Okay, it's her. I think she has lost too much weight. It runs into my chopstick, to my legs rather. And then let's go to Gift Ostalosizima. What is Gift Ostalosizima saying? Had hosted a belated Father's Day tournament in Ward 13, bringing together a dynamic integration of youths. So he is campaigning. Gift Ostalosizima. He is campaigning and doing very, very well. What is your plan, Gift Ostalosizima? What is your position that you're going to take in Zimbabwean politics? I don't know. I do not know what is going to happen to Gift Ostalosizima. Father's Day interface. You can see is on Chavalala Pelandaba. Is he planning to be an MP again? Is that his plan? And do you see his shirt? The fear of God. Fear of God. That is amazing. And he's campaigning very, very hard. What is happening? What is the plan? Uyundiani Mdara ane NY. Weandi kupe mve Mdara. Mdara wangu. Let's go to who else? Did Minnie post anything? Let's see. Minnie, what did Minnie post today? Minnie, no, she didn't post anything today. Guys, these are the people that I follow on a daily basis. You can go and check out all these people. And obviously, we're going to be following the story in Zambia. And what does Zambia, what does the PF say? Over 50, what? Okay, I don't want to read anything from PF. It's crazy. I don't like PF. Waka broker. So Waka broker, PF. Awana diri. Awana diri. Okay. I think I've covered everything. Guys, I think you understand where I am. I believe that Chiwenga needs to move. If Chiwenga doesn't move, they will move on him very badly. Stop Tagwirei, arrest Tagwirei as soon as possible, and Ukananga. Yes, very late. If you leave Tagwirei, Chiwenga is going to be taken out. So Gambakwe thinks Chiwenga doesn't know these plans. I don't know. Why is he moving so slowly? Tagwirei is literally entering the Central Committee, the Politburo. Did you know that I started a protest against Tagwirei last month? Am I a prophet or what? I knew it. That Tagwirei is the one with the game for Zanu. And these guys didn't understand it. When we started with our campaign against Tagwirei, most people didn't get it. Do you see that man is dancing? That is what you do when you want to be president. You don't sit in an office. You go out into the field. He is campaigning. He knows something that you don't know. That's why he's out there. That's why he's campaigning around the country. There is a game that is taking place, and Tagwirei knows it. You don't campaign the way he's campaigning for nothing. He knows something. So be careful that you don't just become a person that lives in an office, because okay, so let's go to our sponsor. I'm there. So if you buy one packet in the UK, United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, you get another packet free. Takapa Mnangagwa mve, one zvaari kuita. Ari kuchakacha. Ari kuchakacha Mnangagwa. Ari kuita zvotyisa. Takamupa mve. 1 liter engine turns into 3 liters, 1 kickstart. And you don't have to crank it. Then obviously, if in Harare, you can pick up at our office. Our agent is in Harare. You can also pick up at our agents in Johannesburg, Cape Town, and Uber deliveries around Gauteng. Also, you can get in Bulawayo, you pick up agent or delivery. This is, every man needs one. You need mve, energy plus, unopisa. Vanoziva zvanotara kuti kana chiri unopisa ndotari imhosva dzako kana bhebhi rako rikabatwa nemunhu anodya mubve meno zvako. Okay, I think I've covered everything. I'll see you guys very soon. Let's see what he's doing. Chiwenga is very slow. That's true. Ngamuve mdara. If he's not careful, one day he's going to wake up and find a knife on his neck. No problem. You are coming now. Mnangagwa, they are willing to take you out for good. Avasi vanhu kutamba navo vana Mnangagwa. Vanoda chema tsenga nzungu. That's all they understand. Right, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I'll see you again a little bit later. And a good day to you all.